Ever since the release of the acclaimed Half-Life, Valve has continued to satisfy gamers with a string of solid releases, consisting of Half-Life 2, Episode 1, Episode 2, where we were introduced to the Agile Hunter, and Counter-Strike, a game in which Valve mastered online multiplayer, similarly in design to the latest Call of Duties. Now, with its latest release, Valve has ventured into a whole new realm as it attempts to conquer online cooperative play. Using a zombie apocalypse as its tool of choice, Left 4 Dead dumps 4 players into a world where the phrase survival of the fittest is law. The only question to be asked is, should Left 4 Dead be shelved with Valve's predecessors, or have its newly conceived ideas driven it into the dirt? Left 4 Dead keeps everything straightforward and simple as 4 players progress through the zombies in order to reach a pickup location. Besides this basic plot, we know little relating to a story of any kind. The game consists of 4 self-dependent versions of this scenario, which is good considering gameplay through an office building is different than gameplay through an old train yard. You have the choice of playing as one of 4 unique characters. But since all play exactly the same, this choice is delegated to personal preference. The enemy in this game is one of its greatest assets, basically because they are very well designed. You have your basic zombie that you will encounter most of the time, but these zombies are easy takedowns, and only encourage cooperation when in large hordes. The real challengers are the special zombies, each with their distinct grunts and screams. There's the boomer, which will creep up and vomit on you with intention of attracting the horde. There's the smoker, who will strangle you with his tongue. There's the hunter, who leaps on players and tears at their innards. There's the witch, who, when disturbed, can take you down in one swipe, and who also adds a little bit of suspense to the game. And finally, there's the tank, who is super strong and hard to kill. Usually the zombie to ruin the expedition, especially if the team hasn't played their cards right. Valve did an excellent job of using the special zombies as a tool to force players into cooperation. But special zombies aside, Valve ensures that the players must perform tasks in order to stay alive, like healing each other, helping each other up when incapacitated, and lifting teammates off ledges. Because Left 4 Dead is designed around these cooperative ideas, it sets itself apart from other games, who often fail at incorporating a cooperative system into a game that should be single player. Unfortunately, the weapons in the game are few, but luckily, the weapons do a great job of empowering the player, and overall, they feel great. There's an Uzi, an M16, a pump shotgun, a semi-shotgun, and a sniper rifle. You will undoubtedly find a favorite among those 5. Unlike its previous games, Valve has gone realistic, and you can only hold 1 primary weapon and 2 pistols. Fortunately, Valve included some explosives. You can carry Molotovs and pipe bombs, the latter being extremely fun since it attracts the undead before exploding. Gunplay is very basic, with only 1 firing mode per gun and quick reloads. Oddly, staring down the sights has been replaced with a melee attack, which can be useful when things get up close and personal, but we wish that they would have incorporated both into the gameplay. Instead, the only weapon they allow you to look down the sights is the sniper rifle. The graphics in this game are mentionable, but they're not groundbreaking. Depending on your taste, you may like them or not. But since Left 4 Dead is all about guns blazing, graphics can be quickly overlooked. Left 4 Dead also uses something called the AI Director, which is in charge of doing 2 things. First, the AI Director makes sure that no 2 run-throughs are exactly the same. It does this by switching around the location of materials and enemies. Secondly, the AI Director scales difficulty, so if your team sucks, the AI Director will try to compensate, and vice versa. Without the AI director, Left 4 Dead would not have had its success. Mainly because it relies heavily on the fact that gamers won't grow bored of its content. When the computer has to fill in for one of the characters, it does a very good job. But having an entirely human team is preferable, since when you play with computers, you feel like you're being served. There are also two separate modes, which are Versus and Survival. However, these modes are not often coordinated as well as the regular campaign, but this doesn't mean they're not as equally addicting. Left 4 Dead amounts to being an amazing game. Its gameplay is solid, suspenseful, and truly addicting. If the game falls well with you, you'll be surprised at how many countless hours will be spent replaying the exact same level. This game has undoubtedly raised the bar on cooperative gaming, and we are certain that many more games will try to match it. We'd just like to wish them well-needed luck, as this task is going to be difficult. Valve has delivered yet another great game, so let's give it up as Left 4 Dead receives an 8.8 out of 10.